Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration attorney practicing law throughout the United States out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. How is everybody doing today? Let us know in the comments where you're watching from. Let us know what interests you in immigration. The waiting room is wide open. This is the most open I've seen it in quite some time. But we already have some people dropping in, so I'm going to get to Rahul in just a minute. He was trying to get on yesterday. Hopefully we have our audio fixed. Batter is here, so that means the show can begin. There is a batter rule here for those of you who don't know. Generally, we're not allowed to start until batter gets here. So a lot of our friends are here. Calypso Girl, Glenn, Nurse Laura, Rocio, of course, is here. Felicia is watching from Georgia. All right. It's good to see everybody. Juli's here, my good friend. She's watching over the comments, trying to keep everybody honest. She's reminding us that this is episode number 377 of the Immigration Answer Show. If you want to be one of the first people into the waiting room, the best way to do that is to subscribe to our text number. If you text the word show, SHOW, to 314-470-3300, you'll get alerted when we go live tomorrow for episode number 378. Tomorrow's show, 3 p.m. Central tomorrow, 4 p.m. today. I'm not sure if we're doing a show on Friday or not. We'll see. But for now, we're here, and I'm going to talk to my good friend, Rahul. Hey, Rahul, how you doing?
Hey, hi Jim, how are you?
I'm great. What can I help you with?
Yeah, hi Jim. I have one question. So about my friend. So my friend got an admission in university, the same university in the last winter, and he got admission and he got I-20 and he got a visa approved. But due to some reasons, he wanted to defer the admission to the fall intake, and he contacted the university, and the university is okay to defer the admission, and he got the new I-20 as well. But he had approved visa also, F1 visa. So now the question is it okay to come to United States without updating anyone? He has updated I-20 from the whatever the school he had approved.
What a great question that
Visa.
is. What a great question that is. I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer to that question, but I know somebody who would. Do you want to have your friend email me, and then I can ask my friend the answer to that question? I can go find it out, and then I
Sure.
can tell your friend. Maybe you email me your email address, your friend's email address. I'll find out. That's a great question. Something I need to know. I can see it both ways. I can see yes, he does need to. I can see no, he doesn't need to. So that's something I would like to know. So go ahead and email me, and I'll figure that out.
Sure. So I'll send an email to info hacking. Yeah, sure.
Thanks for just make sure you mention you were the first one on the show today, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
Thanks,
Thank you
bud.
so much,
Okay.
Jim.
See ya. Yep. Bye. Mike's up next. Hello, Mike.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm calling you from Ohio, and I have a special case. Okay, all of us saying special case, but my cases is getting complicated, and I have to talk with someone
Sure.
like
So
specialist about that.
let's start at the beginning. Where are you from?
Originally, I have different nationalities, but like I am from Palestine, overseas, from Jerusalem exactly. So I have 3 different IDs for 3 different countries overseas.
When did you enter the United States?
I use to enter the Palestinian passport. I entered in 21 in October.
What kind of a visa?
B1, B2.
And did you leave after 6 months, or did you overstay?
Yeah,
Hello? You overstayed?
I came here as a scientific researcher because I have a conference here.
So wait, hold on. So you shorted out there for a minute. So you came on a B1, B2, and you're supposed to leave after 6 months. Did you leave on time?
I didn't leave, but I didn't be illegal. I do extension.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
So you filed for an extension. Did that get granted?
Yeah. I filed for extension, and before like the extension even starts, during that I was dating a girl from here, and We dating for 7 months, something like that. So we married. I am saying
Did you know this person before you came to the United States?
no. I know it's like during the conference I was attending here, and she like
Okay. So you get
have a
married
common
and
things like specialists and that stuff, and we get married. But
okay.
uh, I know so maybe it will be looking weird, but I didn't ask for merit. I was, wanting to continue my PhD. I already have two master, so I was going back to because I have scholarship overseas. What happened is we become so close. We share a lot of things together, so she becomes so close to me. So she asked for marriage. I say I don't want to marry right now. Let's be in relationship like a fiance or something like that. And if you sure about your feeling, we can go overseas and marry there with my family and that stuff. And after that, if God's plans lead me to back here, we will back here. If not, that's the best we can do. But she's like become emotion and that stuff, and we try to have another scholarship here in Ohio for my PhD. So I applied to Ohio University to have a PhD here. They accept me, but they required a social security number because I am international. I don't have a social security number. So they say your qualification is can be having a scholarship if you have a social security number. So we married. Uh, that's the best way to have a social security number to attend the university and stay with him
Hold
at
on,
the same
hold on,
time.
hold on, hold on.
Yeah.
People get married because they're in love and they want to be together. People don't get married in order to get a social security number. Don't ever say that again.
Okay. I'm saying we agreed that we are love each other, and we
That
have
isn't,
like
but that isn't what you said. What you
no,
said was the best way to get a social security number is to get married. That's what you said.
no. Yes, maybe it's showing like that, but I meant we already agreed that we are have emotion to each other, and we like want to spend the life together. So
So, but we agree you're
uh,
never going to say that again, right?
okay. But what I meant that for her to stay with
I know,
her and
but we agree you're never going to say that again, right?
right.
Okay. All right. So did she file an I-130 and 45 for you?
Yes.
Okay. And what's the status of that?
The status of that we filed it after like 6 months of marriage, like not directly. And the reason why, because I was planning to travel overseas to quit my job there because I working there with governmental authorization. So I want to quit my job from there, but I didn't travel. I quit online. Anyway, that's a long story. So the filing was during July 2022, but they asked for sponsored after that in 2 months. So I applied for the sponsored one, and
Wait, how'd you
during
get back? How'd you get back in the United States?
I didn't back. I didn't travel from the beginning. I stay
Oh,
here.
so you didn't go overseas.
No,
Wait,
I quit my job online.
okay, so you quit your job online and then
Hmm.
you filed last summer.
Yeah,
And then
and
you got an RFE for a co-sponsor.
yeah.
Okay. So what's the question?
So I sent the request for the sponsored, and they accept it, or they receive it, and they reviewing that during September until now.
Okay. So let's just
Uh,
back up. Give me some dates. What's the date that you entered the United States?
uh, it was 6th of October, 2021.
Was the extension request ever granted?
I didn't get the question.
You said that before you filed for marriage-based green card that you filed for an extension of your B1 B2, right?
Right.
Did that ever get decided? Did that ever get approved or denied?
Actually, they didn't say yes or no.
So that's just
They
still
just
pending
said
out. That's
now, like,
so
uh,
you never got. So just listen. You
yeah,
never got a decision on the extension of status,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I
Okay.
just received it now. Yeah, like that's why I'm calling. I just receive it now, and they ask for more evidence. But the extension already, if they approve, it will be finished already.
Yeah, so just so that I can educate people all the time, I tell people all the time that extension, like you never should have filed that extension. Those are totally BS. I mean, you're well past the 6 months. Now they're asking you for a request for evidence for more stuff. It's stupid. So if I were you, you probably just need to withdraw that extension request and say, "Hey, I'm married to a U.S. citizen and I'm applying for adjustment of status."
They mentioned that you have another application for but they want a clarification and approve. So I write a text for them, but I didn't send it yet. I just want to talk with someone before I sent it.
Well,
So
I
I
think you
said
need. I don't think they're going to like your case. I mean, first of all, that they discriminate against men from Palestine, right? You know that that's a thing, right?
maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, trust me, as a Muslim married to a lady from Egypt, I can tell you that they discriminate against Muslims and people from Arab countries all the time. Okay. Number
Mm-hmm.
two, they're not going to like your extension request. They're not going to like that you came on a visit visa and then basically overstayed and then married a U.S. citizen to get a social security number and
Mm-hmm.
then applied for adjustment. So they're not going to like your case. So
Okay.
I think you need help, whether it's me or somebody else. I don't really care, but I think this case is the kind of case where they want to come after you. So you've got to get everything in a row, and you got to be damn sure that your spouse is going to be able to take the heat.
Hello.
Sorry, did you get cut off? Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, just the
So
Wi-Fi
I was
issue.
just saying that this is the kind of case where they're going to come at you hard. I think they're going to come after your wife and accuse her of immigration fraud, and she's really going to need to be ready for the interview. I think you're going to need a lawyer at the interview. I don't think this is going to be a fun case. I don't think they're going to like your case, and I think they're going to do what they can to keep from giving you a green card. I think they're going to slow it down. They've already slowed it down. They got the RFE response last September. They want to see if your marriage falls apart so that they don't ever have to give you a green card.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, can I like talk with you like in private way, like your phone? I have the office phone, but I wanna speak with you directly.
Yeah, it
Can
won't
I
be
do
it
that?
won't be it won't be me. It'll be one of you can talk to one of our attorneys though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
set that up. Just email and say my name's Mike. I was on the call on
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday and I was the second caller on Wednesday, and then they'll follow up with you. But just send an email, okay?
Okay. Thank you very
All right.
much.
Thank you. So language is really important. Language is really important. You can't say things like "I'm married to get a social security number" or "I'm married to get a green card." Immigration should be the last thing on your mind when you're talking about immigration, if that makes sense. It's sort of backwards, but that's the deal. All right, let's say hi to Grace. Hello, Grace.
Oh, hi. Thank you for letting me on.
Sure.
So I just wanted to ask, when you're transitioning from F1 to an EB3 work green card, is there any way to overcome unauthorized working?
No.
No way
No.
at all.
No. And more importantly, you shouldn't go from an F1. An F1 is a non-immigrant visa. You should not be applying for adjustment of status EB3 from an F1. That's going to screw up your F1, and they're probably not going to. And if you have unauthorized work, that's a non-starter.
No, if I'm done with the F1. I'm supposed to transition into an EB3.
Well, who told you this was a good plan?
Oh, okay. That's because I'm a nurse, and that's what for most nurses, that's the route they go through
Yeah,
when you
but
have like a sponsor.
when did the F1 end?
It didn't. I didn't end because I just transitioned to a new major to keep me on the F1 because I was told I have to be in status to transfer from one status to the other.
That's true.
Yeah, but I don't mind it ending because I'm done with my program, my original program or the intended program.
So is the I-140 on file?
I haven't filed yet. I just wanted to know because I'm being told that unauthorized working is a big issue in
It is.
such cases.
It
I
is.
just want to know if there's any way that it's a case that I can take on.
I think that there might be some ways that by leaving and coming back, but that's a really risky move. And so I think that you probably need to come up with a different plan.
Okay.
You can't adjust if you're going to have to disclose the unauthorized work. Once you disclose the unauthorized work, that makes you ineligible to adjust. I just read over a denial notice on this very point on Monday.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Grace. Ali is here. Hello, Ali.
Hi, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you just fine. Thanks.
Hi. I have like 3 quick questions regarding to my green card case.
Okay.
I'm in the process. I filed like last August 22.
Okay.
So I got an RFE about it was about the sponsorship, and then they just like want me to upload another document for a birth certificate because I uploaded my ID, which didn't have the birthplace on it. So anyway, I just did that. I sent the package. So now I'm waiting on, and I was just wondering if that would like delay the process too much.
So let's back up. Where are you from?
I'm from Turkey.
And when did you come to the United States?
The first time?
Well, the most recent time.
The most recent time was last year on June.
And what kind of a visa did you have in June when you came?
F1.
And then when did you get married?
I got married April 2022. So it was before I came.
Okay.
But I was here before. So I just went to Turkey to visit my family, and I came back.
Got it. Okay. And when did your spouse file the I-130 after you came back from that visit to Turkey?
Yes. So we filed together on August 2022.
Okay. And so when it comes to your birth certificate, you did not submit a copy of your birth certificate at the time that you filed the case?
Yeah, no, I didn't submit the right document for that. I submitted my ID. However, they want me to submit something else that they specified on the RFE letter.
Yeah.
So I had to go to government site and print it out and then have it translated and send them that.
Was it exactly what they wanted? Did you find the exact document?
Yes, the exact document that they wanted.
Right.
Plus, they asked about the co-sponsorship.
Okay.
So
What they ask about the co-sponsor?
They asked that, like, because my wife is she doesn't have a full-time job. She's still in the nursing school, and she just has a part-time job and with Air Guard. And I was unemployed at the time. So they were just asking for a co-sponsorship because we were under the limit that they're looking for the sponsorship. So we just added my father-in-law.
So in one respect, you got RFE'd because you didn't submit a complete application. I'm not being hard on you, but these are all things that could have been avoided. You should have submitted a birth certificate, and you should have figured out. It's sort of obvious that if your spouse isn't working, that you needed a co-sponsor. So when did they issue the request for evidence, and when did you reply to it?
So they issued I got the letter last February, 2023.
Yeah.
And then I responded in 1 month, maybe even 3 weeks.
Yeah. And so have you ever been out of status or had any problems with law enforcement or anything?
No, I didn't have any problems.
So I think you're going to be okay. It probably just added a month or two to your case overall. Hopefully you'll get it without an interview, but as long as you gave them everything they wanted, I think you should be okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering if that would delay or not. I have another quick question.
Yeah, sure.
So I didn't submit my medical exam at the beginning of the application since it was hard to get a schedule ahead of time, and I just wanted to file as soon as possible. So would that also affect or can I do it at the end of the process?
Well, I would have sent it in with this RFE response. Now I guess you just wait for it. So that'll slow things down.
Okay. Should I schedule it right now before even getting any response from the USCIS, or should I wait for the response?
I think now you might as well just wait.
Okay. And then I have one last question.
Sure.
So I'm planning to move within next month from my current address, which I filed my case with this address. What should I do? Like, and then I know that they contact me via mail. So I was just curious if I need to like just mail forwarding would be okay, or do I need to do anything else?
Well, you have to do an AR-11 with USCIS.
AR
You want to do a mail forwarding with USPS. Are you moving within the same city?
Yeah. I'm in Illinois, so not in the same city. Sorry, it's in a different city.
But like in the same part of Illinois?
Like from Edwardsville. I don't know if you're familiar with Illinois.
Sure.
From Edwardsville, Illinois.
I'll be in Edwardsville this weekend for softball. Or actually, I'll be in O'Fallon.
Oh,
but
nice.
Yeah, Edwardsville.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Sure.
From Edwardsville to Springfield, Illinois. So you tell me if it's in the same part.
Well, no, that's a good question. So I believe St. Louis gets the Springfield interviews. I don't think Springfield interviews go to Chicago.
Okay.
What I'm more concerned about is have you received a work card have you received your work card yet?
No, I filed for all those, like the travel permission, the work card. None of them came in. I'm currently in OPT. I'm working under F1, but I haven't received anything from the green card case.
The big problem with moving in the middle of a green card case isn't so much, I mean, you can sign up for online alerts and all that stuff so that you find out when things are being sent. The bigger problem is that a lot of times they'll send that work card or the green card to the old address. That's the real problem.
Okay. So you say that AR-15 or what was that?
AR-11.
AR-11, and then the
for the address of the post office.
Do you think that'll be adequate for that?
I think that's as good as you can get.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that's all from me.
Bye, Ali. See you, buddy.
Bye.
Jamesley's here. Hello, Jamesley.
Hey, Jim. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. I have a couple questions for you.
Yeah. So, can you hold your phone up closer to your mouth? I can't. It's sort of garbled.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
Okay. So my wife filed I-130 got approved. I was in removal because I filed for asylum. So after a week, we filed to the judge. The judge granted it, dismissal, and my lawyer sent my I-485, and she didn't get a joint sponsor for me because I have TPS and I've been working on my asylum, so I have 2 work cards. I just use one, and she didn't do it. And then she told me I don't need a joint sponsor because my wife will how can I say it? My wife will come to a contract with me using my income to support me. And when I tell her about the joint sponsor, she said I don't need it. I was complaining and I was a little frustrated. And then she sent me a link on USCIS when it says if you live as the intended immigrant, if you live with your spouse, and then if that money will be coming from the same source, that will be true. And I don't know if you agree with that. And another question I have.
Well, let's do that question first. Okay. So USCIS has lots of information on their websites about ways to get around getting a joint sponsor. Lots, like 6 or 7. Even in the forms, there's all these other ways that they supposedly pay attention to it. My rule about getting a joint sponsor isn't that that's the required way from USCIS. It's the Jim rule because it's just faster and easier and what they're used to. In other words, if you ask them to do any independent thinking other than does the primary sponsor make enough money? Oh, no. Where's the co-sponsor? Like that's their go-to. So anything like trying to add in your income just adds months of delay and complexity to the case that I don't think is necessary. So it's not so much a USCIS rule. It's just based on years of submitting cases and knowing that it goes a hell of a lot faster if you just find the damn co-sponsor.
Okay. So even though I have the co-sponsor, can I file the paperwork and then just in case they send me an RFE for it?
So your microphone's garbled again. Can you say that again?
Oh, I said so should I have two co-sponsors. I know I can use one. And can I file that paper and then put it aside just in case they send me an RFE?
Sure. You mean, can you get it ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And then the second question I have, I use my lawyer address and I want all the mail to go to her. And I'm gonna move in the next 2 days. I'm gonna move to a new place. How can I still keep her same address even though I do the AR-11?
Well, the AR-11, that's the great thing about having a lawyer handle your case is that unless they move, then all your stuff should come to their office if you've checked that on the G28. So you don't need to worry about that. The AR-11 won't impact her address, just yours.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. That's all I have. Thank you.
Bye, James Lee. See ya.
Bye.
Alex is here. Hello, Alex. Alex, you're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hi. I spoken to you before. I have a couple of questions. I filed with my husband the I-130 receipt date August 2022, and we were both living at that time in Europe. In between, he went to the UK, didn't change the address. He was there for like 2 months, and then he moved back to the US. Maybe you remember, I don't know, I've told you about this.
No, I don't remember.
And there, yeah, and there, he changed the address again. He for the second time. And now we're both thinking of maybe moving back to Germany where he lived, or back to the address that he had when we first filed, because the I-130 is taking so much, right? So long, and we are not willing to wait a year or a year and a half. I don't know how long it takes. Does that affect in some form our case if he was to come back and work on his old contract for just 1 year, come back in Germany, and I would move from my actual address in Austria to Germany, where we would both live there and go through the process from there.
When was the last time he lived in the United States?
The last time he lived in the United States, well, he's now currently living in the United States since mid-April, and before he lived since November 2019 in Stuttgart in Germany.
So when was the last time before this little visit that he has now that he lived in the United States?
What do you mean exactly?
Okay, so he's been living in Europe for the last couple of years. He's been in the United States since April, but before April, when was the last time he lived in the United States?
He moved actually to the US for like a month and a half for Christmas, December. Last year.
Here's what I'm getting at. What I'm trying to figure out is when was the last time he resided in the United States, where his principal place of residence was in the United States. How long ago was that? Because I think I think your case has a real problem.
Like 2019. The end of 2019, like 3.5 years ago.
So 2020, 2021, 2022, has he paid taxes in the United States?
Yeah. He's been working for the US government in Germany.
Okay. And
he's only tax liable to the US, not Germany. Just,
Does he have property, or does he have any possessions in the United States?
No, he doesn't own a home yet, but
okay. So you understand that you've applied for residency for you in the United States. What you're after is the ability to live and reside in the United States for you as the spouse of a U.S. citizen. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
So they don't usually like to give residency to the spouses of U.S. citizens who don't reside in the United States. So I never, ever would file an I-130 with a German address, ever. Because you're just inviting problems right out of the box. By filing the I-130 with an address that's not inside the United States, you're just saying, hey, everybody, look at me. I haven't been residing in the United States very much, but give my wife a green card. That there's a disconnect there. So you guys need to almost immediately pick a United States address and go with it. I don't care if it's...
He did that. That's the second, that's I mean, the first time when he changed it. He changed his address like a month ago, and that's when we also got, around that time we got prolonged for the I-130. We got 4 more months extra to wait. And
well, you don't know that. Every case is different. You can't rely on processing time. Wait, so when you filed the I-130, did you use a U.S. address or another address?
When we filed the I-130 in August 2022, we filed with the address in Germany.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. You shouldn't have done that.
But I mean, at the time he was living there.
I know, but you both want to live in the United States together, right?
That's right.
So if I had been your lawyer, I would have said, pick your brother, pick your mother, pick a friend, pick an address, and where you're planning on living. Once your wife's green card gets approved, you've got to establish residency and domicile for the U.S. citizen in the United States. If you start in Germany, then go to the United States, then go back to Germany, you want to talk about adding months to your case. You're doing that by the way, the things that you're doing in your case.
Okay. Well,
so you guys need to pick an address that is not in Germany and make that his official address.
Can we do that even if he is not living there? Because we were afraid, like we would now we have his mother's address, but we were like afraid. What if what if we have to put the address where he really lives at? Like
you do have to put the address where he really lives at, but you're saying he's working for an overseas company. So in my book, I reside with my mom. When my wife's green card case gets approved, most importantly, we're going to reside with my mom for the first month. So that's our address that we're going to use, and that's not fraud or trickery. That's just I'm a U.S. government employee who happens to be working overseas in Germany, but my base of operations is mom's house in the middle of Montana or wherever it is, right? So you've got to get this case pointed to somewhere in the United States. Otherwise, you're going to be like, why should we give Alex a green card if you, sir, don't even live there?
Good that you tell me this, because when he's going to move back for this year, we will continue using the mom's address. And you know what? We've spoken to a lawyer, and he said that we don't need to establish any U.S. residency for the U.S. citizen, that he's entitled to live wherever he wants. Yeah, that's what he told me. That's how I know he's a bullshit lawyer.
So here's what I'll say. I don't know if he's a bullshit lawyer, but here's what I'll say. Technically, that's true for the I-130. The I-130 is Alex married to a U.S. citizen, and is the marriage real? That's all the I-130 is. But once you get to the next part, the National Visa Center, it's the State Department that starts wondering, well, why are we giving Alex an immigrant visa if her husband doesn't even live here? It's when you get to the embassy. So you don't want to start off at the beginning by giving them ammunition to hit you over the head with later. You want to set it all up so that it's clean all the way throughout. And I do think that by using a German address, that adds time. Then switching it adds time. So that's why my approach of having picked one right at the beginning, right away, makes things cleaner. Because then you're not in their minds bouncing around the world.
Okay, but now, like, we can keep the address of his mom, and that's no problem at all.
Yep. As long as the two of you have a 1-minute conversation and say, "Hey, baby, when we get approved, we're gonna go live with mom, right? Yeah, okay. So that's your intention, and as long as your intention is valid, that's your address. Then I think you're fine. I don't think there's any problems at all.
Okay. What if I move from here to Stuttgart, for example?
That's not a big deal. That's not a big deal, because I mean, you want to update USCIS of that, but I would say that pretty soon you're going to want to be in one place, because when you get to the National Visa Center, you're going to want to start pointing towards one embassy. Now, there's only one embassy in Germany, so that's fine. But like, I would just say less moving is better. But you moving internally inside of Germany or is fine. I would say moving from Austria to Germany or Germany to Austria, that's sort of problematic. So, like, I would say just sit tight while this is all going. Quit bouncing around.
Okay, and good to know. And my other question is about the birth certificate. You had a person asking you before something about his birth certificate. I mean, I think our cases are different because he has filed from the US, but I'm not sure because he got caught, if I understood right. So
well, here's what I'll say for everyone about birth certificates. Don't forget the visa reciprocity table. Visa reciprocity table. I'm going to put it in the comments. Okay, so the State Department has gone and checked country by country what documents are available, and they'll describe what the birth certificate is that they want. They'll say that it's printed sideways and it's on green paper and it has a purple seal. Like, they'll be very specific about what it is that they want. They'll say what's available, what's not available, the visa reciprocity table. So if I were you, what I would do is I would Google visa reciprocity table and then type in the name of your country. And then you'll get to the webpage, you scroll down to birth certificates, and it'll tell you exactly what your birth certificate should look like. If it doesn't look like that, then you need to get what it is that they want.
Okay, and does it have to have an apostille? My birth certificate is European.
Only if it says that that's required for that country. It'll say exactly whether or not an apostille is required or not.
On this webpage that you just told
It's
me.
the State Department visa reciprocity table. Yep.
But we haven't seen this as a requirement in the I-130.
Well, you have a requirement to prove who you are, and the best way to do that is by submitting the birth certificate. So I don't know whether they listed in the documents you have to include, but we always include the birth certificate, and we've received requests for evidence. Like, for instance, for Canadians, there's something called the short form birth certificate and the long form birth certificate. So sometimes people file with the short form and they get a request for evidence for the long form. Sometimes people sail right through with the short form, but you've got to do your best to give them what they want off the visa reciprocity table for your country.
Okay. And would it be a problem if I update that, or if I put the birth certificate now, like 10 months later?
I would just wait until they ask you for it, but I would start working on getting it, because sometimes it can take a couple months.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. And one more question about the medical exam. The medical exam, like, am I required to start preparing or start getting it anytime soon, right now, or later?
No, that'll be right at the end, right before your interview, right before your visa interview. That'll be after the National Visa Center. So you still got to get USCIS to approve the I-130. Then you got to deal with the National Visa Center. You have to pay your fees, file the DS-260. Then you have to wait for an interview slot to be opened in Germany. And then you can look on their website. They'll tell you, right. You can look right now at the process in Germany off their website. It'll tell you which doctor to go to. And then, but you can't do it now. You shouldn't do it now. Just wait.
Okay. Okay. And NVC process, I think you told me one time, 8 months.
Maybe they're actually, NVC's doing better. It's really now about the embassies. I was thinking about this the other day. I feel like the embassies turning things around a little bit, but man, it's the embassies where things are really getting stuck. So good thing for you is the embassy. No embassy runs more efficiently than the German embassy. Like,
I mean, I'm in Austria right now. It's much smaller.
So both of those are not going to be nearly as busy as like Islamabad or Manila or something. So I think you're fine.
But do you know how it, like, can you explain to me how does it work? When do they have a slot open, or how, like, because I try to, like, understand that, but I'm not sure.
Well, it's sort of clouded in mystery, but basically your case will get documentarily qualified, which means, hey, Alex, we have everything we need on our end at the State Department. Once once there are available interview dates in Austria or Germany, wherever you're living, then we'll let you know, and then we'll give you like a month's notice. And then once you get that month's notice, then you'll start working on your medical, and then you'll have your interview. It's just really just a matter of waiting for slots to open up.
And they told me right on the interview day, right after the interview, whether or not.
I would say probably about 75% find out right away. I would say 25% go into administrative processing or something else, get some kind of letter.
And that comes like, do we have to wait a long time usually? And when am I allowed to move to the United States after the interview?
Once you get the visa, so if they approve it, once you get the visa, then you can come right away. You usually have a couple months to come, and you'll have to pay this thing called the Ellis fee, and that'll get you your green card coming. That'll get your green card coming on its way. But usually people, if you get the visa, you can come right away.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Jim.
Bye, Alex. See ya.
Bye. See you.
All right. Let's say hey to Avi. Hello, Avi. Avi, how you doing? Avi, are you with us?
Yes, Jim. How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah,
What's up?
Jim.
Go ahead.
Jim, actually, I have a question. One of my brother and hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, one of my brother, he came on F1 and he caught he sold alcohol to a minor, and he was arrested for 2 hours, and he came back.
What happened to him?
Case
he's on an F1, and what happened?
Yeah, he's on F1, and he worked for a gas station, and he sold alcohol to a minor.
That's bad.
And what happened? He arrested him, and he was in jail for 2 hours.
Okay.
And after that, he came back, and still it's been it's 1.5 years, I guess. Still, the case was not filed, and he's going to adjust his status through marriage. Is there any impact for his green card or future immigration purposes?
Is his spouse a U.S. citizen?
Yeah. He's a U.S. citizen. Yeah.
Has he left the United States since all that happened?
Yeah.
He left and came back?
Yeah, I don't know, but she came to his country too, and he came on F1 and do the things, and he's finally getting married.
After he got arrested for selling alcohol to a minor, has he left the United States since then, or has he been here ever since?
No, this is the first time.
No. So when did he get arrested? When did that happen?
Last year.
What month?
Oh, it was June, I guess.
So since June of 2022 until today, has he been inside the United States?
Yeah.
He hasn't gone back home or anything?
No.
Okay. And I think I asked you this already, but the person that he's marrying is a U.S. citizen, right?
Yeah, he's going to marry, yeah.
So when he applies, he needs to admit that he got I don't know if he got arrested. You need to see if there's an arrest report. It sounds like he got brought downtown. It sounds like he's never been charged, right? So
yeah.
So I would say he probably needs a lawyer, but you need to be really careful with how you answer those questions. But he should be fine. Now, the selling the alcohol to the minor is bad, but also working on an F1 at a gas station is bad, right? So this is the perfect kind of case where everything can be forgiven if he tells the truth, but if he lies about any of it, they're going to jump all over him. So like I could see, I've been in interviews like this, and I could see him being nervous. Like, do I tell the officer that I was working, right? Or do I tell the officer that I got a citation or that I got arrested? He can still get his green card, even if the answer is yes to all those. But if he says no, then
Mm-hmm.
they can deny him the green card not because of what happened, but because he lied about it.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, Jim. So there is no problem for if he says yes, right?
Well, he needs to be careful. That's all I'm saying. He needs to be careful.
Oh yeah, yeah, Jim. Yeah.
Got it?
So yeah, thank you, Jim.
Bye, Avi. See ya. Oh, our friend Julio's back. Julio, sorry about yesterday, man. I hope I wasn't too curt with you.
No, it's okay. You are right. I should just pay attention. Um, but this is the case that our green card hold we are as a green card holder parents are trying to petition our daughter. I
Yeah.
spoke to you in the past. I don't know if you remember. So my daughter entered with a visitor visa, B2 visa, when she was 1 year old, and at 15 she got DACA. And the question about the I-130 that we're filling out right now is her class of admission as an immigrant, and we were trying to doubt if we should put her initial admission when she was 1 year old, or when she came back as a parolee because she had advanced parole. She went to
Yeah.
visit her
Yeah.
grandparents and
So
came back.
I remember we talked about that. Yeah, I'd put the advanced parole date. Uh-huh.
All right. And the other one was kind of easier. I guess class of admission of as a green card holder, I think is the one that's using the green card, right? This there's three the category. They got three digits. IO something. I can remember.
Yeah. That's how you that's the receipt number. Yep.
All right. Well, that's it. Thank you very much, Yum.
Bye,
Appreciate
Julio.
it.
See you, buddy. Yep.
Take care. Bye.
That's our old friend. Julio. Key is here. Hello, Key.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I was here last time on your show. I just have a quick question. I filed for adjustment of status based on marriage when I was in the OPT grace period, the 60 days. I
Yep.
filed there. So I kind of want to know, does this mean that now that I'm out of status, or what does this mean? I'm kind of just adjusting status. What does that
Is
mean
your
for like,
is your spouse a US citizen or a green card holder?
he's a US citizen.
Okay, so when did OPT end?
So the OPT ended, so as in my work card ended January 24th. So I had 60 days from January 24th. And within then, I filed for the adjustment of status. My application date was March 10th.
Yep.
So about 14 days before the grace period ended. So does
So-
that mean I'm out of status?
No, your status right now is you are an adjustment of status applicant.
Okay.
All that stuff is forgiven, but imagine not that you filed within 60 days, but let's say you filed 60 months later, 60
Right.
months. So let's say you filed 5 years later, all still forgiven because you're married to a US citizen. So as long as you prove up the marriage, no
Right.
problem.
Okay, great. That's great. I just wanted to know because, sometimes you have to like fill in some, I don't know, in the future, I might have to fill in some forms, and I just want to know,
Yeah.
was I ever out of status, or, so I can answer correctly in this period of time. Okay, that's great.
Wait,
Thank you.
So hold on. No, that brings up a different question. So
Mhm.
have you ever violated the terms of your status, non-immigrant status? No. Have you ever been out of status? No. I think you're fine.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you so much. I also just have one question. I submitted my case March 10th, and I did like my biometrics, and I sent my medical RFE to the NBC. So it's been about 60 days, and I'm seeing like people's cases sort of being approved quite quickly here or there, like in a couple of months. I do think that would be the case. I haven't received any other RFEs for anything else. I hope our case seems quite straightforward.
Yeah,
We were high school sweethearts, and
I think you're fine.
okay, that's great. So fingers crossed in the next couple of months.
Awesome, great.
Wonderful. Thank you so
Good
much.
luck. Yep. I have to deal with something real quick. Just give me a second, everybody. Maybe Huli can come and dance or sing a song for us. Hold on.
Well, meanwhile, we're waiting for Jim. I'm not gonna sing, but I'm gonna remind you that tomorrow shows is gonna be at 3 p.m. Central Time, and on Friday it's not sure. So please keep in mind to send the word show to 470 3300 so you can get the link and join the virtual waiting room, okay? So please leave us on the comment, give us a thumbs up, share everything, and Mr. Jim Hacken is back. You missed the show, Jim.
I didn't hear any singing. We were hoping for, and Batter's hoping for dancing. But thanks.
No, the idea is to get more followers, not to scare them away. Okay, bye.
Thanks, Julie. Yep. All right. Let's say hi to Jason. Hello, Jason.
Hey, what's going on? First time on the
All right.
show. Good to meet you, man.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, appreciate it. Got a couple rapid fire questions for you. I'm Canadian. I'm adjusting status right now. Question for you. So when I crossed, it was visitor, moved my American wife from Canada to US with my dual citizen children, 2 children. And I work remotely. The whole intention was to move them down to the state of Texas, stay no longer than the 6 months that I'm allowed to stay as a Canadian, and then return home while we wait for my my 130 to get approved, and then continue on with that process. So we had submit the 130 prior to us crossed. Then I met with a couple. Sorry,
just the I-130. You only submitted the I-130, not
correct.
Nothing.
Consular processing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And then so we crossed in, and then I didn't even know that it was a possibility, but I was told by a couple of immigration lawyers that I could, in fact, adjust status in the U.S. Now, I know it's not necessarily looked on favorably, to do it in that fashion, but that's what it is. That's what it was. So, so that's been submitted and everything. Trying to get a driver's license. Just want to know, can I go to a local immigration office and just get them to put any kind of visa stamp to show what the heck I am right now?
What's the receipt date on the 485?
Like a week ago.
Yeah. So you can't, my understanding, and it changes state by state, but my understanding is you won't be able to get, in most states, you won't be able to get a driver's license until you have some proof of status. And right now you don't have any proof of status. So some places may let you do it with the receipt notice on the 765, but most wait until you get the actual 765. So because you filed the I-130 separately from the 45, that is going to confuse them. So I think that you're just waiting, and I think it's probably going to be a good couple of months before you get the ability to get a driver's license through your work card.
Right. Do you have an estimated timeline on that work card?
Well, so what I've been telling people is that 85% of the people, it takes 6 or 7 months, and 15% of the people, they get it within a month. But I don't think that's going to be you, because I think they're going to be confused by the separate I-130 and the 45. I think. Hopefully I'm wrong. And maybe things are getting more than 15% towards fast ones, but I think this is one that they're going to be does not compute, and then try to figure out what to do.
Like you said, they like the path of least resistance.
Yep.
So in terms of, I guess, what is my technical status right now?
So you don't have your receipt notice back. Technically, are you still in your 6 months?
I'm beyond that.
Yeah. So right now you don't really have any status, but once you have your receipt notice back on the,
so I got the receipt. I got the initial receipt that payment has been taken.
Did you get the 797, the green letter that says your 45 and your 765 and your 131 are all on file?
Yeah. So then it's a 797C. I don't know if that's different.
Yeah. So you're an adjustment of status applicant, which isn't much, but that's what you are.
Right. So I guess. So I went to the DMV and they're like, I guess a I-551 or something is I don't know exactly what it is, but they're
I'll tell you what they don't know. An I-551 is the actual approval of the immigrant visa. It serves as the green card. So if you had done it all overseas and gotten a stamp in your passport, then you'd have the I-551. Or if your green card expires and they give you a stamp in your passport, it's an I-551. So unfortunately, you're pretty far away from the I-551. Your whole shooting match right now is the 765.
Right. Okay. And it says that it's being processed at the National Visa Center. Is that the one in Missouri?
The National Benefits Center? The National Benefits. Is that what you said?
Maybe Benefit Center, Visa Center. I'm not 100%
the National Visa Center is where your I-130 would have gone if you were going to consular process. But that's the other thing is I assume that your lawyer included the I-130 receipt notice with the 485, because right now one issue is we got to get the I-130 and the 485 to join because they thought your case was eventually headed to Canada, but now it's like we're in Texas, so
yeah,
send it down here.
Yeah, well, they got the receipt number on the I-45 application, so hopefully
great.
they can connect that.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I guess first of all, online processing time. Should I even bother looking them up?
I don't.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I think they're full crap.
Yeah. Last question. I did put an I-601 in there for the whole COVID shot thing. I guess, does that just further delay things?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. That's all I got for today, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah. See you again.
Bye, Jason. All right. James is here. Hello, James.
Hello. Hey, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Doing great. I have a quick question. I applied for green card based on marriage 2 years ago. I did my on October 2021. I got my EAD card on the. I didn't have any update on my case. Whenever I run my case, it shows that it's under review. And 3 months ago, the USCIS showed in our house, and they checked on us, and everything was fine. Last week, I got an update on my I-485 that card was issued, but on the I-130, it didn't change anything. The next day, on the 26th, it said the I-485, it said that your case was approved, and we're going to send you a notice for that.
A notice for what?
Things that have to do maybe biometrics or they told me that. Let me just read it.
Okay. Are you there, James? All right. Well, we'll see if he pops.
Hello.
Okay. What did it say, James?
Yes. Yeah. And the second day, 26th of May, it's last week, it said that your I-485 was approved and the I-130 was approved, and they're going to mail me a notice for that. And I got the notice that it says that you might be, you have to wait either for the green card or for the biometric. And I already did the biometric before. What does that mean? What am I waiting for?
I don't know. That seems backwards. Seems like that's a letter you should get early in the process. That seems backwards. So how long ago did it all? I mean, this is again one of the reasons why I don't spend too much time thinking about the online updates. But when did all these updates occur?
Last week. It's been a year and a half. I didn't get any update. It shows that it's under review. But last week, 25 May, I got the first one on the I-485 that it says card been produced.
I mean, usually that means you won. Usually that means the green card is coming.
Okay, and the second day, it says that the approval notice has been mailed to you. If you didn't get it by June 10, just get back to us. And it shows the same thing on the I-130.
How long ago was that?
After that, what happened?
How long ago was that site visit?
3 months ago.
3 months. Okay. I think you're in good shape. I think it's been approved. I think you're on the right track. It seems sort of strange. Which field office do you live close to?
LA.
And were you in status or out of status at the time that you got married?
In status.
And what people in the comments were wondering people love to hear about what happens when USCIS shows up. So would you be willing to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, everything was fine. They checked the house. They kind of asked the same question that they did at the interview, and we answered the same answers. Like, it was smooth. They took some pictures of the house.
What time of day did they come? What time did they come?
In the morning.
In the morning.
7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. Well, James, keep us posted. Let us know in a week or two if you got your green card. I think it's on its way.
Okay. Did this ever happen that they asked for biometric after the approval?
No. That's weird. James, I got to go,
Okay.
man. Good luck.
Okay.
All right, everybody. That'll do it for today's show. If you want to come on tomorrow, 3:00 Central, 3:00 Central, we'll announce and link on the YouTube channel and the Facebook page, the link. But we will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central. Julio, I'm out. Thanks for all your help. Everybody else, have a good night.